real human. I recognize that Biden has been better on labor, but every time I hear positive talk about Biden or hope regarding Harris, it strikes me as pretty tone deaf and entitled, juxtaposed to your ongoing and excellent coverage of the genocide in Gaza and the ongoing effects of climate change. The Democratic Party may be the, quote, less bad option on election day, but they are the most effective roadblock that our elite has to fight against an end to imperialism and capitalism. They are not the most effective roadblock. I can assure you that
Trump's administration from
the Trump administration would be an even better roadblock
and actually benefited them. So yeah, you know, like I mean, how many times are we going to have to?
It's just this is just we're playing one game now. It's the game called Capital, not really, but the game called the general election for president. And I understand what you're saying. The Democratic Party is wildly insufficient, but I still think you can play your heart out at the game that's right in front of us and not wish that we're playing a different game, which, I mean, I don't, but it was the same thing that bothered me about Hillary whining about, you know, oh, I won the popular vote. Well, the rules of the game were you got to win the Electoral College. So play that game and we'll see how things go.
It's easier to say what isn't the vehicle toward delivering us into the future that we all want than saying what is. And is it the Green Party? Let's see what your actual solutions are. Because I think good. I think we overemphasize election day, and the organizing that's done outside of that is vastly more important and leads to the effects that we want on election day. But again, what do you think is the actual solution here?
But I also, I take issue with the assertion that they are the most effective roadblock that our elite has to fight against an end to imperialism and capitalism.
That's a Green Party talking point.
I just don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. If we keep electing the Republicans over and over again, the idea that we're going to be closer to an end to an imperialism and capitalism is just bonkers. It is bonkers.
That's what you say if you're a Green Party person.
We have evidence of this over and over again in my lifetime alone. 8 years of Reagan, 4 years followed up with George Herbert Walker Bush. What did it bring us? It brought us a Democratic Party to the right, significantly to the right of where it was 12 years earlier, significantly. And then after 8 years of George W. Bush, where did that bring us? It extended that even and really didn't change until there was a fundamental change on the ground with people that I think was largely associated with the time from the end of so-called end of the Cold War, at least the demise of the Soviet Union. So there is absolutely no evidence. And in fact, it's contrary to all of the experience of the past 60, 70 years that the Democratic Party is the most effective roadblock. No, they're both roadblocks, but one is just bigger and more robust, and we have less power to dismantle it. And that is the Republican Party.
Yeah. I just get impatient with this. Time to deal with reality. I don't understand. We're in a truncated period of time where the election is the conversation, but after election day, we'll be back to work talking about things in a more robust manner about what's possible and how, if Harris gets elected, she can be pushed, how we can push a more progressive agenda with the squad, with other unions, with organizing outside of the situation. But right now, the task at hand is that we have two choices for president, and one of them is terrifying, at least to me, and should be to a lot of people, in the sense that he now has J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel and all these ghouls behind him. He's more emboldened to be anti-democratic. Some of the stuff he's talking about are essentially pogroms. Harris has a lot of problems, but at least she's not frickin' Biden. And that's the reality of the situation. So deal with it or don't. If you don't want to deal with electoral politics, don't deal with electoral politics. But if you want to deal with electoral politics, then engage in the reality of the two choices that we have. And that's it. I have respect for people that that don't care about electoral politics and just want to focus on organizing. That's fine. But then if you want to talk about electoral politics, engage in the fucking reality. It's so enraging to hear this kind of stuff all the time.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.